Well, there's a bunch of planes flying overhead, so I'm sorry if that interferes with the Power Fantasy recap of Part 4 for 2025, covering July to September. We're going to start on July 27th. The summer became that much more unbearable on this day as Young Nowhere pops out of whatever darkness he stays in and takes the PF2 Championship from Bonami the week before Bonami was scheduled to start in the Reality League. We had feared the worst of what that would imply for his performance. Elsewhere, BB Sicko made good on her promise of debuting a brand new triumphant, this time teaming with former GPW invader Lockjaw and dismantling the rookie shoplifters with 5 European uppercuts in a row. And our main event saw the transfer of the Rise and Grind Wrestling Set Championship from fan favorites Mistake, Lisa Fank 2, and, fan unfavorite Akane into the hands of the Fun Boys International. This would set the scene for a future debacle, but we don't have to talk about that just yet. Instead, we have to talk about the reality of Summer Singles League, which starts the first week of August. It started this year with 2 brand new traditions. The first was that everyone wrestled one match across their blocks for a little bit of extra credit at the start of the league, which led to such interesting results as John Bobson and Akane's first bout, Noah Gripe's first ever win over Rugby Water, and the first rematch between Tsunamania and Luxury Levy since their feud earlier this year. The second new tradition was that we are loading PFU cards completely full of talent. During the Reality League, most notably capped off by this first episode, with 3 absolute bangers culminating with Gloria defending the ABT Light Championship for a record-breaking 10th time. Week 2 saw the earth-shattering event of the league take place as John Bobson's undefeated streak ended, as Noah Gripe dealt the first blemish to the record of Bobson since 2023, surviving to the end of the league's 30-minute time limit and putting serious doubt on who the favorite to win that block really was. Elsewhere, Tsunamania scored a second straight victory, while Bonami and Luxury Levy both recovered from Week 1 losses by vanquishing former Thorns in their respective sides, Akane and Tom Ryder. Week 3 features the other favorite, Tsunamania, rising to 3 straight wins and threatening to become the first person to score 4 victories in a row en route to winning the game. Meanwhile, Bobson recovered with a win over Tom Ryder. Bonami dispatched Rugby Water in a battle of Year 1 stalwarts, and Luxury Levy rained on Noah Gripe's parade by mathematically eliminating him, leaving his moral victory as the only person Bobson couldn't beat as the only prize he'd take home this year. In our main event, the Thermite Party did battle with Phoebe Keto and Eddie Hammer at pin rest, a match where the young women went toe-to-toe with the champions before Rhea Russell went brutal and nearly choked Eddie Hammer unconscious in the center of the ring. To close the league, Rugby put the sad period at the end of the story of Akane's winless league stint, while Noah Gripe took out his frustrations at Luxury Levy on the crown of Tom Ryder's head. Then we went to the business of securing winners for the block, with John Bobson using his expanding power game to take down Luxury Levy, while Bonami, I don't know why I said that like that, dispatched Tsunamania by kicking them in the face into a pile of chairs and scratching one more win in the column of the rivalry too violent for Power Fantasy to ever allow again. After 4 weeks, the winners emerged with bare margins. Bonami had a tiebreaker over Tsunamania, while Bobson's survival of his Week 2 scare would lead to a final we will not soon forget. Before we talk about those finals, there's 2 matches worth covering. During the last couple of months, Des Russell and Gorger have been going back and forth with each other in singles matches, with Simmer and McCain accompanying each wrestler, which we would later learn was Simmer's attempt to form a tag team. Elsewhere in the tag team division, Sam and Steve, Dudes Rock, finally got over the hump and defeated S&M to earn their first shot as a team against the ABT Team Champions. And then the finals. Bonami went all out to a degree none of us were prepared for, taking his deathmatch style to John Bobson's technical grounding, knocking him off his base, nearly setting him on fire before forcing a submission and becoming the first wrestler to beat John Bobson since December 2023. Winner of the Reality League gets one wish granted, and on September 8th, we got to see the realization of Bonami's wish, which was to reinstate Tanky Bruce, bringing him in as reinforcements to fight the Thermite Party. He wasted no time and immediately cost Young Nowhere the PF2 Championship to rookie Billy Wetz, We also saw a definitive victory, or so we thought, of the Great Labyrinth against Prince Almas, submitting him with the Gordian Knot. And in our main event, we saw the second title change of the week as the Jackalope Kid, embarking on a singles run while Rugby Water recovers from a back injury, ending Gloria Gold's Light Championship run at 291 days, leaving us in a situation where we're always going to have to debate who the better champion is between Mystic's long reign and Gloria's just pile of heads on stakes. The end of the summer calls for a big party, as we all know, and we threw our bloody gala on September 15th. The show consists of 8 matches constructed by our benefactors, featuring 4 title matches. Prince Almas claiming the mask of the Great Labyrinth, Ian the Dream finally defeating a member of the main roster to earn a contract to the show, and a new match type introduced as the Gauntlet of Torment. It's all so huge, and it's all so wild, that you shouldn't take my word for it, you should watch it yourself. So we are going to take a little bit of time to focus on the score, our 20 wrestler battle royale, namely to praise the efforts of Mystic, who went nearly 30 minutes and racked up 5 eliminations before it all came apart at the hands of an errant wheel kick from Lisa Frank 2, her tag partner, which is where we left this season. But before we get to that match, Bonamy and Takey Bruce put a beating on the Thermite Party, making good on that promise of reinforcements yet again. Billy Wett made his first successful defense of the PF2 Championship by getting revenge on the man who just eliminated from that Battle Royale in 42 seconds, Aardvark Jones. The unmasked Great Labyrinth put an end to Super Knight's copycat win streak, but not before the Super Knight claimed a forfeit victory over an injured wrestler Mega Mascot mask. But our main event between the Funhouse and Mystic and Lisa Frank 2 left the Funhouse securing their number 1 contendership to the ABT Team Championships, though Mystic's refusal to save Lisa leaves Part 4 closing not with a bang, but with a question mark. And now we advance into Part 5 of our year. November's coming up, the Fantasy Battle Tag Tournament, our Autumn Tag Tournament. Top stars get matched at random with their cohorts to make it all the way to the winning. If they win the tournament, they will be the team captains for the Power World Series 2025, a 5-on-5 match series with teams drafted by the Fantasy Battle winners. The winning team takes home $200,000 apiece. And at the end of the year, it's the end of the year like it sounds, December 14th is our last show of 2025, which will conclude, as is tradition, with a series of champion versus champion bouts. And since we have more titles than ever, we'll have all sorts of weird bouts in that nature. I went really fast, so I'm going to hit the end of the record before the next song starts. Bye!